Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. I'm the ambassador of fun. Shaq returns to Miami to share his new brand of snacks. Mira, Shaq, yelled a woman at the Doral Walmart. She was running at full speed with a basketball under one arm and held her phone camera out with the other. Former Miami Heat star Shaquille O'Neal attracts a crowd wherever he goes, and the launch of his new Shaqalicious gummy snacks at the Walmart near the 87th Avenue exit off the Dolphin Expressway Monday afternoon was no different. Nearly 100 fans, some wearing Heat jerseys, some sporting Reebok Shaq sneakers, excitedly took videos and photos of the NBA legend who helped the Heat win its first NBA title in 2006 as he handed out samples of his new snacks. The snacks are available in 6 varieties including wild berry, which O'Neal called his favorite flavor. Growing up in Germany, gummy bears were always some of my favorites, O'Neal told the Herald. Hershey's approached me, and it took months of coming up with the characters and flavors. We went to the Hershey factory in Pennsylvania, and it's something fun. I'm the ambassador of fun. Since retiring from basketball in 2011, where he reportedly earned about $292 million in NBA contracts, O'Neal has gone on to become a successful businessman. He's been the pitchman for companies ranging from Google to The General, a car insurance company, and he owns several businesses ranging from Planet Fitness franchises to car washes. Indiana entrepreneur Mark Meese was in Doral because of work at Miami International Airport and was pleasantly surprised to stop by Walmart and see the NBA legend handing out snacks to kids. "It's crazy," Meese laughed. "I never thought I'd see him at Walmart. Hopefully he can get something off the top shelf for me because I'm vertically challenged." Doral resident Santiago Gil was at Walmart shopping for an SD card ahead of his freshman year at Miami-Dade College. What he heard over the store's public address system will stick with him forever. "I heard Shaq is here, come to the candy aisle," Gil, 19, said. "I went to the aisle and thought it was a pre-recording and saw everyone going crazy grabbing basketballs. I ran to the aisle and he ended up fist bumping me and gave me some of his snacks." O'Neal later went outside to where customers receive their online shopping orders and helped to hand them out. Uber driver Roberto Carlos was parked in the area when he received 2 packets of Shaqalicious snacks directly from O'Neal. "I felt extremely good because I'm an NBA fan and a fan of Shaq," Carlos, 28, said in Spanish. "I'm definitely going to eat these snacks." Heat's 2024-25 preseason schedule provides test against NBA's brightest young stars. The Miami Heat's preseason schedule will feature some of the brightest young stars in the NBA. The Heat will begin their preseason slate against the Charlotte Hornets on the road on October 8, followed by 3 straight homes before closing out the exhibition schedule in Memphis against the Grizzlies. Over their final 3 preseason games, the Heat will face New Orleans' Zion Williamson, San Antonio's Victor Wembanyama, and Memphis' Ja Morant. The first 2 games will be against Southeast Division rivals looking to return to the playoffs. It's a tough slate, but one that will provide Miami with a chance to test itself before the start of the regular season. Although they are coming off a disappointing season that ended with a first-round exit to the eventual champion Boston Celtics, the Heat are aiming higher in 2024-25. With better injury luck, and more engaged Jimmy Butler and contributions from rising young players like Jamie Jaquez Jr., Nikola Jovic and Kel'el Ware, the Heat should improve on last season's outcome. Among other schedule announcements, it was revealed that the Heat will not be playing on opening night or be featured in the NBA's Christmas Day showcase. The NBA will announce the NBA Cup schedule, previously known as the in-season tournament, on Tuesday afternoon. The full regular season schedule will be released later this month. When it comes to being a strong team in the NBA, it takes more than just superstar talent to win a championship. Role players are just as important as the stars, and sometimes can bring the best out of the team's top players by helping in other areas. The Miami Heat have had several rotation guys provide key moments over the years. Whether it was Caleb Martin torching the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals or someone like Gabe Vincent providing valuable postseason minutes, these types of guys can turn out to be real X factors. However, the business side of the league can sometimes keep guys like this from sticking around long-term. The most recent example of this is Martin's free agent departure to join the Philadelphia 76ers. Some departing players found their way back to the Heat, such as Dwayne Wade back in 2018 and Josh Richardson last summer. Richardson was a key piece on Heat teams in the past, but unfortunately, he was the odd man out in a sign-and trade that landed Jimmy Butler. After a few seasons and stints on different teams, he signed a year ago for the vet minimum to return. In the 2015 NBA Draft, the Heat took Justice Winslow out of Duke for their first-round pick selection. Not only did that pick not work out due to injuries, but the selection was made one spot ahead of budding superstar Devin Booker. It turned out to be a real head-scratching decision years later, but it is still unfortunate the way Winslow's career panned out. He came into the league with a lot of two-way potential as a perimeter defender and slasher. Winslow provided an impact early on with his defense and ability to hit open shots. His peak came in the 2018-19 season as Point Justice, where coach Eric Spoelstra utilized him as the team's starting point guard. He displayed encouraging size and length at the position early on until injuries derailed his season. Similar to his entire Heat tenure, Winslow was never able to defeat the injury bug. It put the front office in a position to have no choice but to pull the plug. Since his Miami days, the availability issues have only gotten worse. Now he is fighting to make an NBA roster again as a member of the Toronto Raptors G League team. NBA Insider shares speculative info he's heard about Anthony Edwards requesting trade to Heat. Dan Le Batard recently shared speculative NBA information he's heard that could land Anthony Edwards with the Miami Heat. "I have partial information on something that will be explosive if it happens," Le Batard said. "And I'm just gonna set you up for something here that is speculative right now but is something to keep an eye on. Glenn Taylor is the owner of the Timberwolves, and I don't think anyone considers him a good owner. And he sold the team to Alex Rodriguez. There's an arbitration coming up in which we're going to find out who gets that team. Is it gonna be Glenn Taylor or is it gonna be A-Rod? And this is what you need to watch out for, okay? If Glenn Taylor keeps the team, what's going to happen after that is they're gonna lose their team president, Tim Connolly. He's gonna leave because he signed a long-term deal with the A-Rod team, and I think it's contingent, I believe, on A-Rod being the owner. Everybody thought A-Rod was gonna be the owner of that team. And if Tim Connolly leaves, the next step on that is Anthony Edwards possibly wanting to leave with him and requesting a trade to Miami. The Minnesota Timberwolves signed Edwards to a 5-year, $244 million extension in July 2023. Edwards, one of the best players in the NBA, will make $42.2 million next season. A two-time All-Star, Edwards averaged 25.9 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.1 assists in 2023-24 while shooting 46.1% from the field, 35.7% from beyond the arc, and 83.6% from the free throw line. Edwards was the first overall pick in the 2020 NBA Draft. He holds career averages of 22.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.1 assists. The Heat lost to the Boston Celtics in the first round of the 2024 playoffs in 5 games, while the Timberwolves lost to the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals in 5 games. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Kevin Durant? Leave your opinion in the comments.